everybody. Welcome to March's version of EXO Consortium Sync. This is where we get organizations in the EXO space, people working on galactic narratives, to come together to share their projects, tell everybody what they're working on, and invite you guys in to join us. So this is a many hands project at this point. So much stuff is going on right now with all these new ways of seeing the world. And we invite you to let us know if you're one of these people that are working on a class or a project or a conference. And we'd love to have you come and share. We meet the third Thursdays of every month. If you reach out to team@lightnet.org, just let us know and we will be sending you the presenters link. So we have a couple announcements tonight. One, I'm just going to go ahead and let's see, share my screen here. You know, everyone is very excited around Sedona right now because there is a really big conference going on right now. Let me just get this up here. Well, I guess we'll just share the whole screen. Why not? Please look at how many tabs I've gotten open. I ran into this woman once with a t-shirt that's my brain has too many tabs open. So the Ascension Retreat is going on right now. It's March 17th through the 19th. It's here in Sedona, and it's super exciting. There is so many great people. Billy Carson, Debbie Gusti, Maureen St. Germain, which is local. Alan just rolled into town. Brad Nolson. The Hertax have been here, which is great. Matt Kahn, Paul Selling. And this is organized by Suzanne Ross. So we're really excited about all she's done. I mean, she's really pulled off an amazing project here. There's Vivian Chauveau. All these people are doing workshops too. So I think really that's where it's at, is really getting in there and doing the workshops and hearing all the stuff going on. So yeah, that's this weekend. We also, Lightnet's going to be having a table at the Sedona UFO Sightings Conference. And this is Michael McPherson, we've had him recently on our show. He's the one that met aliens and then all of a sudden was downloaded with massive amounts of information, and he can answer any question that you ask him. And we mean anything. It's been very interesting to speak with him because you really can, you know, and he doesn't know the answer until he answers you, but it's really exciting. So this is going to be a chance for you guys to get out, see UFOs, look under the stars. We're going to be up at the airport for Vortex. And yeah, so there's going to be Tom Dongo, Dwayne Ollinger, there's Michael himself, Isaac Mars, Brad Olson again, Travis Walton, who you all know, James Riggs. So it's going to be really amazing. It's super affordable. Weekend pass is $75. Portal to Ascension is also having a conference April 21st to 23rd, and everyone's talking about it, as is the Contact in the Desert. So looking forward to seeing everyone there. Our big news at Lightnet is that we finally have a calendar for you guys to use, which is awesome. So you can even add things to your Google Calendar. So tomorrow we're having Sean come, and he's starting the first PhD UFO related degree on the planet, and it's huge. It's amazing that he's able to do this, and yeah, he's going to be talking about everything. And the good news is that if you don't want to get a PhD like Daniel is, you can take his 6-month course, which is starts April 3rd. So it's just starting in a couple weeks, and he literally is going to show you 600 books on you know, all different angles of this phenomenon. So from the crash retrievals to the consciousness to the plant medicine, all these different things he bakes into this class. And he has 2 kind of, I think, lectures during the week that you don't have to go to all of them. And then, yeah, you guys just talk, and he's written research papers. He's one of the biggest, you know, integrative thinkers on this. Like, how do we see how all these different organizations have seen this phenomenon? So that's going to be really amazing. We also have our connection call on Saturday. So this is a chance for you guys to come together, hang out, meet other people. It's all breakout groups. It's 30 minutes of breakout groups with 3 people, and people make friendships. Everyone's always exchanging information. So it's a really good time for you to go. We have 15 minutes of an experiencer talking about what they experienced to kind of break the ice. And it's really awesome. Some of you guys saw Jesselyn do her live healing during her last session. If not, check her out in our YouTube. But she's amazing. And again, we want to get you guys to have these physical experiences in your body because that's how we learn. And she's going to be doing a member workshop all about intuition. So if you have your compass, that's really all you need to do anything, right? And so we really want you guys to get in there and learn about your higher self and learn how to just tap in, like, what is this decision I need to make right here in business, in romance, in your family, in whatever, right? Where are you going and how are you going there? That's super important. So she's going to do breath play. She's also going to talk about telepathy, which is going to be amazing. Her book, The Path of Least Resistance, is out. And she talked about how you can just open it up and find these like amazing keys. It's $8 or $88 a year if you want to go even cheaper than that. It comes with all of the 5 workshops we have at Lightnet. So including breakthrough coaching with Captain Adham, which is amazing. Also want to highlight that you got the healing with Susan Schatzer was so popular because she instant healed like 16 people, 10 people. It was just absolutely insane. Again, I invite you to check out the YouTube at our Lightnet and check her out. And she has agreed to come and do a healing for us once a month. So it's $22 donation. The money goes toward Lightnet scholarships, and she's starting a curiosity lab and also to her in equal portions. So it's a really good cause, and she will heal you. So you can come and be on there and like really get past whatever is blocking you. So if you are stuck in your life and you've been thinking what is going on, then she can just basically resolve it. It's absolutely brilliant. We also have Daryl Anka, Bashar is going to be this month too, on March 28th. Alan Steinfeld, who's part of our core team at Lightnet, was so kind to do the introduction for us. And he's actually, he's made all these films, 3 films, but he and Erica are doing an escape room in Los Angeles. So if you've ever done that, it's super fun and it's going to be multi-dimensional and amazing. So we look forward to that interview. It's free, it's amazing. It's 9 o'clock on Tuesday. It'll also be recorded. You can get the archives. So yes. So I'm going to pull up Sylvain from here from the Alliance. And how is everything in Thailand, Sylvain?
I don't know if you can hear them, but the roosters are still crowing. Yeah, because it's morning here. It's 8:30 some a.m. I'm in the countryside here. No, it's amazing. And we've made great progress with the Alliance over the last month, as we often do. We've added 2 organizations that are supporting the Alliance and its projects. And one of them you just mentioned, the Portal to Ascension. They were here, like Neil Gore was here last month. And we got to talking. And we're going to be collaborating. Of course, he's super enthusiastic about the embassy project. For those of you who aren't aware of what this is about, I always need to introduce the project. This is a project to build an official embassy for ETs. By official, it means extraterritoriality. Extraterritorial land given by a nation. It has to be an official nation, can't be a native nation, has to be a nation recognized by the United Nations as an official nation, like a country with a government and all that stuff. So there's a lot to do. We are discussing with multiple countries as we speak, about half a dozen. And there should be a reveal pretty soon. We estimate maybe this year, it could be next year, about the donation of extraterritorial land, because that's something that has to be public, has to be announced by the nation. And if that is donated, then the Alliance will activate further, unlock the funds that we've raised over $50 million US in funds for that. So that's going to be basically a donation for the construction for the nations and developers that will be involved in there. And ultimately, there's going to be big discussions at the UN proper about the protocols regarding official diplomatic missions. So that this is the arena in which we work. We are a volunteer-based organization. And part of the power behind the alliance in discussing with diplomats and politicians is the number of people that are supporting this initiative. And so we have been gathering organizations and professionals and celebrities and influencers that are officially openly supporting this initiative. And right now we are at 23 organizations and about 800,000 supporters in total. So that's growing really fast. Thank you for Portal to Ascension. And also another organization that I did not know existed since recently. It is the Ocean Cam Space. Essentially, the name is Ocean Camera Space Corporation. A very interesting organization. Their purpose is essentially to commercialize the gathering of water on in space. Because when we're doing space missions outside, like you have to carry water from Earth, bring it into space, and then you have to recycle it. Right, and that's very expensive. So his innovation, and he's doing fundraising for that, is to essentially get water from Enceladus and perhaps other moons of Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn being closer. So in his main project is Enceladus, which is an ocean planet. So like it's got a nice cap over top, but the ocean is 25. Is it miles or kilometers? I forget. I mean, it's a lot of 25-mile deep ocean. It's a much bigger ocean, about 3 times the volume as the Earth's ocean. So, so they've heard of us, of the alliance, and they've applied their support because obviously they are forward-looking, futuristic organization, and they're seeing us connecting with an ET civilization. But if there's any other organizations or influencers on the call or listening to this, contact me if you want to officially support our activities and collaborate with us, and we'll add you to the lists, promote you, put you on our newsletter, and advertise what you guys are doing. And because we're all in this together, all building a new, better humanity, and joining the galactic civilizations out there pretty soon, perhaps starting with official diplomatic contact, which is what we're about. Thanks.
So exciting. Like I said last month, Stephen Bassett says that, the first stage is going to be for a leader of a country to acknowledge that, officially, not someone in the Department of State or military, to acknowledge it officially. And then open contact is going to happen. And it's incredible to think about that being a reality, and it's so cool to think that they're going to have an embassy to be there. So that is so exciting. Daryl Anka is also going to be talking about open contact in his interview on the 28th. So stay tuned for that. I'm about to bring on Coffee Rain, who's going to be starting our levitation lab at Lightnet. So Lightnet is expanding. We just completed, we're in the last week of season 3, where we had over 15 teams making contact in very different ways. And we are also just completed Contact 100, which was such an incredible experience with Altair in Japan. We're gonna have more details on that, but we definitely felt how amazing it was to be with 100 people in over 2 weekends, like really condense the 8 weeks down. And, people were walking down streets and stoplights were turning off, like people were showing up. I mean, it was really profound. And we had so many synchronicities and so many contact experiences that really changed the way that we see the world. And Altair did it in a very peaceful way, instead of talking about all the different factions and this and these ETs are bad and these people are bad. You know what I mean? He just like, look, we had done a promo on Scott's, Global Peace Tribe. And he's like, look, this is the Galactic Peace Tribe. We're going to be coming in peace. We're going to be connecting with those who are also coming in peace. And we did a lot of work on love, just directly on love. We also did Michael Taylor from Lightnet. He's one of our Dream Machine scholars, and he wanted to do an experiment about love and harmony. And we actually used the principles of masculine and feminine energies. So we had 9 people all together. We interlocked our hands in a very, very specific way. And then we passed a single intention around and around in the circle an exact number of times, 9 times, and we let it go. And, you know, the military has used this to down planes out of the sky. I mean, it's powerful consciousness technology, and we really haven't explored it as citizens for what we can do in peace. The other incredible thing that happened last week in our radio team, and Lori Fry's on the call right now, is that she brought in Ricky Stiles, who's the founder of many apps that talk to beings, mostly dead people, right? And you know, it's this incredible thing. It's called VBE Inc. This is the master suite that you can get. And so he actually died and spent 3 years on the other side. And of course, his girlfriend and his friends were turning on his app, and he was able to use his app on the other side and figure out how to redesign it, which was incredible. And so we asked him, well, can you talk to ETs and angels on this thing too? Or is it just like dead people, you know? And he's like, well, I don't know, let's try. And we were able to make contact with 4 ETs, one of whom was a Drummondon, and they gave us all this information. They had us looking stuff up in books. They had Ricky, like they're asking Ricky to design an interface using another type of radio because they like to use electromagnetic waves. I mean, we just all sat there, Lori and I and everyone in the class, we just sat there flabbergasted. So this is what happens when people collaborate with their different intelligences. And before I put coffee on, one last thing. So we've been doing the spoon bending experiences, and the people that don't bend, we ask them to just keep their fork at their desk, and just, because once you've already done the command and you relax and let it go, it just happens, right? So I go into a restaurant, Adam took me out to dinner, and this came as my fork. I don't know if you can tell how bent this is, but this was wrapped in, I'm opening up my fork and knife and my napkin wrap, and it's completely bent. So it was really, really fun coincidence. Anyway, I'm going to pull up coffee right now. You know, you've just started the Liberation Lab as well. So we're starting the Levitation Lab, which is about levitation, and the Liberation Lab, which is about addictions. And we did our first 2 interviews today, and it was unbelievable. Daniel's also working on the tech so we can look at what these people did to hack themselves out of this lack of freedom in their lives. And I can't wait. So if you know someone that has been addicted to something, anything, could be gambling, cigarettes, the drug, whatever, right? And they've been 4 years free of that. We invite you to email us at team@lightnet.org. We're going to be interviewing 100 people to boot up that lab. Coffee. Talk about synchronicities. We keep, we're in the Altair thing in the last day, and he goes, he mentions that he could levitate, and it was just like, we were just like, oh my God, because Coffee and I keep texting like, we just met another person that can levitate. Put him on the list. It's like, we just can't believe, like, once you set it's almost like curiosity and joy combine to create reality, no matter how ridiculous it is. So, Coffee, welcome. Tell us about it.
All right. Hi, guys. We're not actually live on YouTube yet, are
we? We should be. I haven't checked, but yeah. And there's an echo, so maybe you have. Okay, cool.
Okay. How about now?
Yes, I think that's. Yeah. Okay. We should. Yeah, we're live right now.
I'm on my computer too, because I was going to try and do this off my computer, but then the camera wasn't working, so I'm on my iPad. But that's okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, hang on. Actually, got to take you out of my headphones. I was wondering why the audio was so low. Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Coffee. Should I just get started? Like, I put together a little presentation too.
Yeah, great. Let's see it. Okay. That'd be wonderful.
I don't know if I'll probably repeat this twice, but so yeah, my name is Coffee Rain, and I am going to be the founder of this new levitation lab called the Curiosity Levitation Lab. I grew up in Arizona, and all of my life I was fascinated by the idea of flying. Like as a little kid, I used to just run around and jump really high to see if like at the peak of my jump that I could just like lift off, you know? And even as like an adult, I never kind of grew out of just the wonderment of it. Before I knew levitation was actually like possible too, I was just thinking about ways that I could like invent a pair of angel wings that like connected to your spine or something, and then maybe had a harness and it could actually lift a person. Wouldn't that be so cool? Like even knowing levitation exists, I feel like I would still try and invent that with the right funding and like materials and stuff, because it's just so cool. But anyway, I met Zenka right after attending the Bashar event in Los Angeles. And I was just so blown away by the spoon bending class. Like, it just hit home, you know? And then one thing led to another. And I kind of mentioned that I really wanted to levitate. And I told her one of my affirmations, which was, I'm convincing all of my family and my partner and my friends to, every time they think of my name, they think of coffee. Oh, coffee, that's the one that levitates, you know, just putting it out there in advance. So yeah. And Zenka wasted no time. She like immediately invited me here and gave me all of her information just to be able to start this Levitation Curiosity Lab. And as she said, our goal is to make sure we get like the information of at least the first 100 people who have had experience with levitation, like be it that you've actually levitated or that you just, you know, have seen it or read about it or like know some information, you know, that's not really public. And yeah, I'll give you my contact information too in the chat, and I'll display it if I can. But before that, I'll tell you a little bit about the class I'm actually taking for levitation. I think at this time it's the only one in the world, but don't quote me on that. I don't have like all the, you know, resources to see. But anyway, I found this guy on TikTok as it happened, and his name is Ernest Vester, and he's based out of Russia. So you pay for the class, you join this Telegram chat, and then they give you, him and his team give us these YouTube videos that are like unlisted, you know, but they're in Russian, so they're not exactly like public friendly at the moment. The translations are like more than adequate, but still when you're speaking on like really advanced topics, it can be kind of confusing with the translations, but I'm managing very well, and it's been really cool so far. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna interview 100 people. We're gonna go ahead and, you know, I'm gonna learn from my class, and then after that, we're gonna try and put together an actual levitation course to be able to levitate after we have all the information. So yeah, thanks for letting me speak. I'll hand it back over to Zenka.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coffee. So we set an intention, Coffee and I, before this call, that 2 people would be contacting us based on watching this recording. So if there are 2 of you out there that know how to levitate or know someone that has levitated, we have 6 people now, I believe, that we're interviewing, the people that have levitated. So, you know, put your psychic feelers out there. And Coffee, how do people get in touch with you?
Okay, so you can text my number, but it's 480-826-6796, and I'm more likely to contact you if you text me first. And then my email is coffeerain2000@gmail.com. And actually, I had a last kind of thing to share, if you don't mind. It's just kind of a shameless plug. So I'm an artist, and I'm also efficient in Photoshop. And lately, I've been doing this new thing called manifestation placeholders. So what it is you give me a picture of yourself and the thing you're trying to manifest, be it like a Gucci bag or, you know, your dream house or like the 10K on your bank account, you know what I mean? And I take that picture and I make it like look real, and then I give it back to you. And after that, it's called a manifestation placeholder, because when you get that thing that you've been manifesting, you have to replace the picture and then you can like check it off your vision board. So yeah, you can text me about it, the same number as before. Just let me know either you want the picture or you want to contact about the Levitation Lab, and you can contact either me or Zenka. But yeah.
That's great. Yeah, feel free to reach out at team@lightnet.org. Awesome. So we're going to do a little thing tonight. I was late in getting out the reminder about tonight, so we don't have many people presenting tonight, but we have John Martin who's coming up next. And I also want to do a quick thing. So I want you guys all to get a piece of paper and pen, and we're going to do a remote viewing experiment. So Alan, in the remote viewing class, we just started up our off-planet database. It was the very first time we'd done it. The plan is to get, again, 100 people to remote view a location off-planet. And then we should be able to ascertain, based on the variety of answers, what is actually there. I believe the government does this kind of thing. So why shouldn't we have our own database, open database to do that? So we remote viewed Sirius, a planet in that constellation. So right now, what I want you to do is, well, one of the experiments we did last week was a time dilation. So everybody drew the target, and then I picked the target afterwards. But I have a target in mind, and it was super beautiful what happened and what I photographed. So if you are sitting around and you have a pencil and paper, I want you to go ahead and tap in while John is talking, and in the next 5 minutes before we close. And I want you to draw the first thing that comes to your mind. That is the thing that Alan teaches us about remote viewing. If he says, "How did you get that answer?" Because you got it right, and they go, "I don't know." And he's like, "Perfect. That was the answer that I wanted you to tell me. I don't know." So it's not a forcing. It's just like it happens. So I'm going to be using the same target I used with them, and I'm sending the target to you right now with my thoughts. And I want you to grab a paper and just draw anything. It can be shapes. You can write like green, red, whatever you're seeing about it, anything that you're getting about this target. And in 5 minutes, I'll tell you what it is. So, hey, John, are you ready? Welcome.
Hey, Zinka. I was not really prepared, but I had some really incredible experiences the last couple of days. I'm going to send this link to you.
Oh, great. Yeah.
The intelligences have been absolutely amazing. They came a few days ago, and well, day before yesterday, dropped down to treetop level, and just this procession of 5 beautiful golden energies just paraded right in front of me, and it was absolutely amazing. And then last night at the park, they were just, I'm processing the videos as we speak. I'll have them up on my YouTube channel, hopefully the next day or so. But it has just been absolutely amazing. Let me see if I can put this in the chat here. 1 second. Okay. And also,
Let's see. I think we lost John. Maybe he accidentally cut it off. So is everybody done drawing? Okay, I'm going to pull up the image right now, and we are going to look at it. Oh, John, are you back? Is he back? I don't know. No, not yet. Okay. Oh yeah, John, are you there? Hey, John.
hey, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. You have a few more minutes to draw that target, so go ahead.
Yeah, I'm putting this into the chat right now. And I've finished my book. I'm actually setting it up for Amazon. Did I lose you again?
No, I'm putting this on real quick here.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not prepared at all for this, and I apologize.
No problem.
It's much closer. Hey,
But they were no more than maybe 100 feet up in the air,
we do that.
and completely silent,
There's another one right
beautiful
here.
golden energies that
Wow.
were
There's a planet
coming
behind
through.
that.
They send out such beautiful love to you, Zinka. It is so
Hey,
incredible.
friend.
Wow.
And I feel that they're in support of me
Wow, hey,
sharing
beautiful one.
my views on contact and
It's just
different
truly
techniques that
amazing.
I've used over the years that have been very effective. And
Wow.
my book is called The Universe Loves You,
Hey
and Whitley
there.
Strieber has done the foreword for me. And you can look for it on Amazon.
That is so cool.
And I'm so
I
grateful
mean, you
just to
can't be
spend a few minutes with you
sitting on
tonight.
your feet. I
And
wouldn't
thank
think
you
at
for your
all.
lovely work.
Right there
That's
by the
great.
house.
Let's check this out real quick. So Amazon, The Universe Loves You, right?
Yeah, well, it's not up yet,
Oh, not
Zinka.
yet. Okay, okay.
Hopefully within the next week or so. I've got a piece of artwork that a friend of mine, he's taken many of my experiences and made a beautiful artistic collage out of them, from the large craft that have come to see me to just the way that I project music and positive thought into the universe. And so, yeah, it's kind of, it's my history and a guide for others to try themselves and make contact with these beautiful, beautiful energies.
That's so great, John. Yeah, thank you so much. It's almost like you serenade the UFOs and it works, when you open your heart. And it's so funny that you're mentioning all this, because when the ETs came over during our radio class through the VBX software, they said that we were supposed to basically sing. That
Yeah,
was how we were, and that's how you call craft. So that's probably why you're here tonight. Why
I
don't you
think so.
tell how you call in craft? Because you do it so well.
It is amazing how interactive it is, how truly simple the procedure is. Share with the universe what you love.
Mm.
And that is all they want to know about us. The challenges that we've had through our lives, and yet still we're here and we create beauty and art and we share it. And it really doesn't matter what your discipline is, whatever really moves you very deeply in your heart is what resonates so deeply. And I feel like it is at all areas of the universe. It can be here and it could be 1,000 light years away or farther. It's instant. When I go outside, immediately they'll be there, and so they know when I'm ready to interact with them, and it's just been a beautiful, lovely experience. And I highly recommend everyone to try.
That's so great. Yeah, it's amazing. I walk outside and the radios just go nuts. It's like it's so
That
fun.
is great. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, you
Thank,
guys, we're
thank
gonna
you.
close. Thank you so much, John, for being there. Look forward to your book. So we're gonna close tonight with this image, this remote viewing image. So if you've drawn something, congratulations, that's great. And I'm gonna show you what the target is. So that's it. Dragonfly, smiles, human. When you're practicing remote viewing, one of the things you want to do is pick a target that's emotional, that's emotionally charged. And we got really excited when we were taking the picture. We're like, oh, okay, awesome,
I drew the earth.
Cool.
Oh my God, that's so
Cool.
cool. I got the green and the blue. That's awesome. I shared it to the chat, but that's so cool.
Great. Yeah, that's so great. So she just had gotten this necklace too, because she's going to be like her daughter's or her son or daughter is having a baby. And this was like, she got this. So it has some meaning to it. And she's a really darling, amazing human that I just met. So anyway, all right, you guys. So keep practicing your intuition. Awesome, Coffee. That's great. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Sean is going to be on this YouTube on Portal to Ascension and on New Realities talking about his PhD program, the first of its kind in the world. The mainstream is getting in on this. So thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you next month on EXO Consortium.